Hello children. Today we'll be discussing about another aspect, a component of this chapter called political parties. And in that particular matter, and one standard question is being created, or in the board exam in previous years, this question was also asked based on this component of this particular chapter. So before this, we had two more videos. One was about the challenges. We discussed about the challenges to political parties in one video, and next video after that was about the reforms in political parties. So today another component of this chapter, political parties, we'll be discussing about measures to strengthen the electoral system of India, or this particular thing can be reframed like this: political reforms to strengthen democracy in India. What are the changes urgently required so that political parties will function in a proper manner? The political parties will function better in the system of democracy in India. So when we talk about the electoral system of India, or whether we talk about the democratic system of India, and political parties do play important role, because political parties only form the government, and they have the responsibility of looking after the society. Whenever we come to know that there are loopholes, there are certain areas, gray areas, which can be rectified, can be addressed to, so that we people in the society will be definitely will be taken better care of. So we'll come to know what are the important points to be mentioned if you get a question like this in your board pattern or board question paper. This question was also asked a few times. So this is about the reforms, political reforms required. For what reason? To strengthen the democracy, to make the democracy function in a proper manner, better manner. So let's see what are these points, what are those aspects can be reformed. The point number one, children, everyone feels that laws should be made to regulate the internal affairs of the political parties. Political parties are not really functioning as per the democratic principles. So all the political parties definitely will do better, and if the political parties and the party members do follow certain rules and regulations. So it is noticed that there is something lacking. A law has to be made to control, to regulate, to supervise the internal affairs, whatever is happening within the political party. So that is the number one point. And point number two, children, political parties to maintain a register of its members. in order to give the clarity or transparency for the purpose of transparency, all party members' names should be mentioned in the register. This can be the part of the first point, but it can be taken as a separate point also. The party members' names should be clearly mentioned and the register has to be maintained. So, point number 3, children, minimum number of tickets. It is suggested at least 1/3 party tickets should be given to women candidates. As we have seen, the number of women representatives in our central legislature or state legislature is minimal. The number of women representatives should be increased. So, all the political parties can give at least 1/3 tickets to the women candidates, so that women's representation will be better or visible in the society. Point number 4, children, state funding of elections. When we focus on the funding, we know that national political parties do spend a lot of money. They're financially so strong compared to the local political parties or state political parties or new political parties. So there is no limit to the spending of political parties. The political parties spend money, crores and crores. It is amounting crores and crores of Indian rupees are being spent by the political parties during election time. And there is a possibility of every time there is a misuse of the funds. Some political parties are financially weak, some political parties are financially very strong. They do get funding from different organizations or some people, rich people, industrialists. So, there is some kind of imbalances. We see that the political parties without having money or having less money is not in a position to compete with the candidates coming from prominent political parties or strong political parties or national political parties. So, it is suggested that the government should fund the expenses of political parties during election process. So all the political parties will be taken care of by the government. So we will not have to see the imbalances of funding and the misuse of so much of money, crores of money during the process of election. Then children, the last point I would like to give emphasis on is about updating voters list. We know that there are many eligible voters do not find their names in the voters list. They are deprived of this particular right, the fundamental right to vote. They are deprived of this right. They do not get the opportunity. And that means the Election Commission of India is not in a position to update the voters list. A lot has to be done to update the voters list. There are so many voters, if they are deprived of getting this right or exercising their right to vote, is really not a good thing in the society. They have the right to vote, but their names are missing in the list. So these are the things to be taken care of when we talk about the question was very clear that what are the measures, what are the reforms are suggested to strengthen the political system, to strengthen democracy in India. So these are the points. Point number 1, children, a law should be made to regulate the internal affairs. Point number 2, political parties will have to maintain a register of its members. Point number 3, at least 1/3 of tickets, party tickets, should be given to women candidates. Point number 4, the elections or the expenses of political parties will have to be funded by the government. I mean state funding of elections. And the final point is about updating voters list. All the eligible voters of the country should be allowed, should be able to exercise the right of voting. These are the points to be mentioned for this question. The question is very clear. What are the measures to be taken up to strengthen the electoral system of India? The same question can be twisted as political reforms. What are the political reforms required to strengthen democracy in India? So with this, we have completed a very important aspect of this chapter about political reforms and the suggestions, and we'll also know some more aspects in forthcoming videos. I hope children, you have understood this particular component, and this component is taken into the form of a board pattern question. So you are supposed to learn this component, and you don't have to miss this, and you pay attention and go through all those points and remember the key points. That would be enough for you to mention, and you can secure the full mark in this particular question. Thank you so much, children. I hope you have understood this particular concept. Thank you so much.